Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our English podcast channel. I am so happy to be here with you today.
Hello, everyone. I am also very excited. It is a beautiful day to learn English. How are you doing today, Lily?
I am doing great, Jack. Thanks for asking. I am full of energy, and I am ready to talk about a very important topic.
That is good to hear. You are always full of energy, Lily. So, what is our topic for today?
Today, we are going to talk about jobs, specifically how to talk about your job in English.
Oh, that is a perfect topic. Talking about work is very common. When you meet new people, they always ask about your job.
Exactly. It is usually one of the first questions people ask. It is good for small talk, so our listeners need to know how to answer smoothly.
Right. So, Lily, imagine we are at a party. I meet you for the first time. How do I ask you about your job?
That is a great place to start. The most common question is, what do you do?
Yes, simple and short. What do you do? Notice that we do not usually say, "What is your job?"
True. What is your job is correct grammar, but native speakers prefer what do you do? It sounds more natural and friendly.
So, if I ask you, "What do you do?" how do you answer?
I can answer in a few different ways. The simplest way is to use the verb to be. I can say, I am a teacher, or I am a doctor.
That is very easy. I am a followed by the job title. For example, I am a driver or I am a nurse.
Don't forget the article a or an. We must say, I am a teacher, not I am teacher. That is a common mistake for beginners.
Yes, good point. If the job starts with a vowel sound, we use an, like I am an engineer or I am an actor.
Exactly. So that is the first way. Use I am. But there is another way, right, Jack?
Yes, you can use the word work. You can say I work as a and then the job title. For example, I work as a manager.
I work as a manager. That sounds a bit more formal, but it is very good.
Now, Lily, what if I want to say the name of the company? What preposition do I use?
Ah, prepositions. This is where many students get confused. If you want to say the company name, you use for. You say, I work for Google, or I work for Toyota.
Okay, so work for plus the name of the company. I work for Amazon.
Yes, but you can also say, I work at. I work at Amazon is also correct. They are very similar.
I see. So I work for or I work at are both okay for companies. What about the place, the physical building?
Good question. If you want to talk about the place, you usually use in or at. For example, I work in an office, or I work in a hospital.
I work in a school. I work in a restaurant. That makes sense.
Yes, but sometimes we use at for places too. I work at a bank. I work at the airport.
So let's review. I am a teacher. I work as a teacher. I work for a school. I work in a school.
Perfect. You learned that very fast, Jack.
Thanks. I am a good student. But Lily, talking about the job title is just the beginning. We need to say more.
That is right. People usually want to know what you actually do every day. They want to know your responsibilities.
Responsibilities. That is a big word. It means the things you must do at work, the tasks.
Yes, to describe tasks, we use the present simple tense. This is because we do these things every day or usually.
Can you give us some examples? Let's imagine I am a waiter in a restaurant. What do I do?
Okay, Mr. Waiter, you serve food, you take orders, you talk to customers, And you clean tables.
I see. I serve, I take, I talk, I clean. Simple verbs.
Yes. Let's try another job. Imagine you are a nurse.
Okay, I am a nurse. I help sick people. I give medicine. I work with doctors.
Excellent. You see, you just used the subject I and the verb. It is very direct.
What if my job is in an office? Many people work in offices.
Office jobs are very common. You can say, I check emails. I write reports. I attend meetings. I talk on the phone.
I attend meetings. That is a good one. Meetings can be boring though.
Yes, they can be. That brings us to the next part, describing how you feel about your job. Adjectives.
Oh, I love adjectives. They make the conversation interesting. If I like my job, what can I say?
You can say, my job is interesting, or my job is exciting, or simply, my job is fun.
And if I do not like my job?
You can say, my job is boring, or my job is stressful, or maybe my job is tiring.
Tiring means it makes you tired, right?
Yes, for example, if you work on a construction site, your job is physically tiring. If you work with angry customers, your job is mentally tiring.
That makes sense. So we have titles, places, tasks, and feelings. What about the hours?
The schedule. This is important too. Most people have a full-time job.
Full time. That usually means about 40 hours a week.
Right. Often we call this a 9-to-5 job because you work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
So I can say, I work full time, or I have a 9 to 5 job.
Exactly. But some people work less. That is called part-time.
Part time, maybe 20 hours a week. Students often work part time.
Yes, and some people work at night or at different times. We call this shift work.
Shift work. Can you explain that a little more?
Sure. Doctors, nurses, or police officers often do shift work. Sometimes they work in the morning, sometimes they work at night. Their schedule changes.
I understand. So I can say, I work shifts.
Yes, or I work the night shift. That tells people you work while they are sleeping.
That must be hard. I like sleeping at night.
Me too, Jack. Me too.
Lily, what about people who do not have a boss? They work for themselves.
Good point. We call that self-employed.
Self-employed.
Yes, or you can say, I have my own business.
That sounds nice. I am my own boss.
It is nice, but it is also a lot of work.
True. Now, Lily, I want to practice a little bit. Let's do a role play. I will be a stranger and I will ask you questions.
That sounds fun. I am ready. Who am I?
You are, let me think. You are a journalist.
Okay, I am a journalist. I am ready.
Hi there. Nice to meet you. So, what do you do?
Hi, I am a journalist. I work for a big newspaper in the city.
Oh, that is interesting. Do you like your job?
Yes, I love it. It is very exciting, but sometimes it is a bit stressful.
I can imagine. What do you do every day?
Well, I interview people. I write stories, and I travel to different places to find news.
Wow, that sounds busy. Do you work 9 to 5?
No, not really. I often work long hours. Sometimes I work on weekends too, but I enjoy it.
Great job, Lily. That was a perfect example.
Thanks, Jack. It is easy when you know the structure. Title, place, feelings, tasks, hours.
Now, I have a question about something tricky. What if a person does not have a job right now? how do they say that nicely?
That is a very sensitive topic. You should not say, I have no work. It sounds a bit broken.
So, what is better?
You can say, I am currently looking for a job. This sounds active and positive.
I am looking for a job. That is good. What else?
You can say, I am between jobs. This means you finished one job and you are waiting for the next one.
I am between jobs. That is a very useful phrase.
Also, unemployed is the correct word, but it can sound a little sad sometimes, so looking for a job is usually better for small talk.
What about retired people, like my grandfather?
Simple. He can say, I am retired.
I am retired. That means he finished working for his life and now he relaxes.
Yes, and for students, they just say, I am a student.
Okay. Lily, let's talk about one more thing. Salary. Money.
Oh, money. Be careful, Jack. In many English-speaking countries, it is rude to ask about money directly.
Really? So I cannot ask, how much money do you make?
No, do not ask that. It is too personal. Only ask that if you are very, very close friends.
Okay, I will remember that. No questions about salary.
But you can talk about it generally. You can say, the pay is good, or the salary is okay.
The pay is good. That means you get good money.
Yes. Or if it is low, you can say, the pay is not great.
Got it. So we can give an opinion, but we don't say the exact number.
Exactly. Keep it polite.
You know, talking about jobs is actually quite fun. You learn a lot about a person.
It is. A job is a big part of our lives. We spend so much time at work.
Lily, I have a fun question for you. If you were not an English teacher, what job would you want?
Oh, a dream job question. I like this. I think I would want to be a chef.
A chef? Why?
Because I love food. I love cooking for my friends. I think working in a kitchen is creative.
That is cool, but kitchen work is hot and tiring.
I know, but it is my dream. What about you, Jack? What is your dream job?
I think I would like to be a pilot.
A pilot? Wow, flying airplanes.
Yes, I want to travel the world. I want to see clouds every day. And I like the uniform.
The uniform is very smart. That is a great answer. See, now we are talking about dream jobs. This is also great conversation.
So we can use would like to be. I would like to be a pilot.
Yes, it talks about the future or a dream.
Okay, Lily, let's do a quick summary for our listeners. We covered a lot of ground today.
We did. First, the question, what do you do?
Then the answer, I am a or I work as a.
Then the company, I work for or I work at.
And the location, I work in an office or I work in London.
We talked about tasks using present simple verbs like I clean, I write, I help.
We talked about adjectives like exciting, boring, and stressful.
And schedules, full-time, part-time, and shift work.
And finally, being polite about money and how to say you are looking for a job.
We really covered everything. I hope our listeners feel more confident now.
I am sure they do. Next time someone asks, what do you do? They will have a great answer.
Yes, they can even practice in the mirror or practice with a friend.
Practicing with a friend is the best way, just like we do.
Absolutely. Well, Jack, I think that is all for today. It was a pleasure talking to you.
It was fun as always, Lily. I am going to go to my job now.
Oh, what are you going to do?
I am going to edit this podcast. That is my job for today.
That is a very important job. Good luck with that.
Thank you. Goodbye, everyone. Keep practicing your English.
Goodbye, everyone. See you next time.